Here is exactly how the TnB model, the mechanical 1 to 3 risk to reward model, has passed over 3 million in funding in the last 35 days alone. In this video, I'm going to go through the exact strategy that we have all used, everybody in my community, to pass all of these accounts on screen. And this isn't even all of them. These are just the ones in November, or at least some of the ones in November. It's hard to keep up these days. It is December 10th, as you can see in the top right of my screen. And what I'm going to do just before I get into this video is show you some cold hard results on the strategy that I created, the tap and barrel model, because there are so many scammers in the space and I don't expect you to trust a single word that I'm saying without credible proof in front of you. So we're going to start from the 4th of November, just over a month, and I'm going to stop scrolling until we hit the bottom, which would be all of the certificates passed in the last 35 days, okay? So we're going to go pretty swiftly because there are too many. You can pause and read which accounts they were and who passed them if you like, but I'm just going to simply scroll through. Sometimes there are obviously payouts in here as well as past accounts. More payouts here, but we're not going to slow down. We're just going to go through all of these here, and you guys can pause and see the names of the community members and reach out to them in the Discord if you want and see how their experience was of the model, and they'll sure be transparent of their success. But this is just in the last 35 days alone, okay? Now, the reason we've been able to do this community-wide is because this is a mechanical model. So every trade that we take, pretty much everyone takes if they're on the same plan as us. So when we lose together, but when we win, we also win together. And our back-end system is also mechanical. So not only is the strategy on TradingView mechanical, but also the back-end system which powers us passing these accounts is also mechanical as well. So the reason why truly we've got so much volume in past accounts is our back-end system in combination with the strategy on the actual charts as well. You need both to tango. You can't just have one. If you just have a TradingView strategy, let's say on EU, but you have no risk plan, then you're going to blow accounts. But if you only have a risk plan and the TradingView strategy, as in on the charts, you're not going to have any accounts to pass because you don't know when to buy them. You don't know how much to spend. You don't know what account size. You don't know what pairs to trade, what risk, what session, what RR, what is best. You don't know because you don't have a plan. That's what problem we solved in the trading club. A problem that looms over everybody. Something where you just don't know what to do because you've never built a plan based on data. So we built a plan based on data and everybody is executing it. And this is why people are passing so many accounts, because they're doing it properly. They're not rushing it. They're not making decisions based on emotion. They're doing it how it's meant to be done, like a professional. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's waste no more time. I'm going to break down a winning trade and a losing trade from my mechanical model, and then you guys are going to learn something new today, right? Let's get straight into it. November 28th, AUD USD. Let's get started. Step one, let's mark out our session times so we know when we are meant to trade. This strategy is applicable to New York session and London session. I'm not saying you should trade both on the same account. I'm not saying you should trade one on the same account. Try what works for you best. As you can see, I've chosen to trade MEC London exclusively and not New York. Now, we've marked out our session times. We want to install the fractals indicator by Rachel T, okay? And then we want to go over to the 4-hour time frame. We're looking for a break of structure. Now, a break of structure is essentially a close above a high or a close below a low. The only highs and lows that we classify are ones from fractal points. Let's find the most recent break of structure. And what we will find is that the most recent break of structure is right here. A break of structure to the upside, okay? This means that our bias is bullish, that we're going to be betting on the market going up. So we're going to be taking buys on our lower time frame, which is the 5-minute. Now, since I'm only trading London for this particular strategy right now, I am going to be marking out Asian lows right here. The low in between midnight and 8 a.m. I'm going to wait for that low to get taken out in London session. Going to have to adjust this low because there was a new low point made. Perfect. We've swept the low, so we can move this into swept. Once that sweep happens, I'm waiting for the first bullish candle to form because my bias is bullish, and then I'm going to get my fib tool on the previous plus current session range, high to low. Okay, if you want the fib tool settings, okay, here they are. Once I drag my fib tool high to low, I am then waiting for price to tap this blue line, like so. This is a fake out, okay? This is our definition, our mechanical definition for a fake out. So we've had our sweep, we've now had our fake out. Okay, boom, sweep, fake out. We're now going to wait for our break of structure to the upside, which is our next confluence. And we're going to delete this fib tool because it's in the way. As you can see, break of structure to the upside, which is our confirmation that price is reacting the way we want to react to the previous session sweep. Fib tool for the entry, the lowest point in current session to the highest point made after the break of structure. And we use limit orders. Okay, so if you don't know what a limit order is, get to know. Really simple Google would solve that problem. But essentially it's like pre-firing your order, not getting in the moment. Getting in the moment with a market execution can be emotional. You can get the incorrect price. Anything in between can happen. Limit orders are way more hands-off. They're way more mechanical. You get the price you desire, and it's overall better for your psychology. I'm going to extend the fib range with the move until we get filled. Okay, like so. As you can see, we've been tapped in right here. This would be a fill, an entry. We would have been entered here. Now, we will hold until TP or stop loss. We've got stop loss here, TP here. I always put my stop loss in relation to the fib tool level, 1.025, and I always put my TP at 1 to 3 risk to reward with this strategy. As you can see, we went into our stop loss about 80%, but I'm not a massive pussy, so I hold my trades to my trade idea. I don't pull out early, I don't care, I'm committing to my trade idea, and I got rewarded for that because that's what the market does. It rewards those who have patience. So this trade was a winning trade example, a 1 to 3 risk to reward. Let's replay that in real time. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete all of this, and I'm gonna replay it in real time, but just with the TnB indicator. So if you don't know, I have an indicator that does the whole strategy for you because it's way easier that way. Because it's mechanical, that's something that we can offer. With a discretionary system, that would never be a possibility. So as you can see, all the steps are right here. We've faked out, we've broke structure, we've got the fib tool on the move, we've been entered, and this is our TP, this is our stop loss. And then as you can see, boom, we've been entered for TP as well. Okay, now let's do one more example, and let's do a losing trade, because the reality of trading is you can lose as well. That happens. It's normal. Now let's go onto Euro USD on the 24th of November, and let's go through a trade, a losing one. And what you'll notice about this losing trade is it will look exactly the same as a winning trade. It's the same confluences, the same bias, the same perspective, the same everything, because that's how we trade. We do the same model every time. I don't believe in this discretionary bullshit where you're just adapting in quotations because you know what variables to change to adapt. You don't. To the market in real time, because you think that's going to work, but clearly it doesn't. You're just changing your probabilities and bouncing in between different variables. So I don't believe in that shit. It's not sustainable for me long term. So once again, we started off marking out the session times. I'm going to go to the 4-hour time frame, and I'm going to find the most recent break of structure, which is a break of structure to the downside in this case, meaning we are betting on the market going down. So we're going to be taking sells here. Now, when we take sells, we mark out the previous session high, which is different to previous. We previously marked out the low, but that was because we were bullish. Bias is now the opposite, so we mark out the high. Then, once the high is taken, I'm going to wait for that first bearish candle to form the fake out zone, where we cover previous plus current session range with the fib tool, low to high this time, not high to low. Now, in this case, we have triggered a niche rule called the manual fake out zone. Now, the manual fake out zone states if the bearish candle that forms the fake out closes within the fake out zone, so within this 0.079 blue line, then we have to initiate the manual fake out, which is essentially just 66% of the candle body from the close. And it'll be easier if I just use the TnB indicator for this because it does it for me automatically. So the fake out zone formed, boom, manual fake out triggered, already hit the manual fake out zone there. So now we can move straight on to our bearish confirmation, which is going to be a break of structure to the downside using the fractals indicator by Rachel T. As you can see, we have got the break of structure. So we move on to the fib tool and we go high to low after the break of structure. We got tapped in really nicely here actually. Limit order would have been in the zone, 1.025 mark for the stop loss, 3 risk to reward for the TP, straight to SL. And that can happen, and it's completely normal, and I don't shy away from changing my strategy. What do you think I'm going to do? Am I going to wait for a double break of structure next time because this time an initial break of structure stopped me out? No, because I know tomorrow could be a different day and the market conditions could align in my favor. This is a complete rundown of my trading view on the charts strategy. I do have a back end, obviously, that fuels the gains that I have made, but that's too lengthy to go over in this video. Here is my journal of both the hybrid model and the TnB MEC model. I've only recently started journaling and logging these trades because I wasn't really taking them on live accounts, but now I am. I'm up 17.27R in the last month with the MEC London strategy, and in the last year, I'm up just over 48R on the hybrid strategy, and on my LRV model, which is a low R variation of this strategy, I'm up 7R. So I'm roughly up about 70R on the year with both my strategies combined. So this shit works. Mechanical trading is real, and if anyone says anything different, they are lying to you. They do not know what they're talking about, because the proof is literally in the pudding. If you struggle with trading a discretionary system like me, I couldn't make it work. I'm not going to name names of who I learned from, but one of the most popular guys in the scene. I couldn't make it work because there is too much decision. And when you make the wrong decision, you hate yourself. If you target the wrong level, you know what happens to your mental. If you target the right level, you know what happens to your mental, okay? And anything in between can happen. Whereas with mechanical trading, there is no right, there is no wrong. You are just in a neutral position the whole time because your model is doing all the work. You cannot take all the glory or all of the pain because your model takes it for you. You see how simple and easy this is? When you trade a strategy that is not dependent on you as a trader, it's dependent on how well the system was built. And with over 40 years of backtested data, I can assure you that this system was built very well. If you do want to live trade and join my elite trading group, where I teach everybody this exact system, front end and back end and everything in between, and this is what has allowed these traders to excel, because there is constant accountability. There is no room for making bad habits because we have a full 24/7 support team who are proficient in the model, who have been mentored by me, myself, who are students that have excelled, are there to help you the entire time. We do 2 live calls a day, Monday to Friday. We trade London session and New York session every single trading day live in the Discord. We take every single trade publicly. Every single trade is logged. Every single trade is posted. All of the RR gain is completely transparent. There is nothing to hide when you are a profitable trader. So that's why we don't hide a single thing. We have a Google Drive with hours and hours worth of premium private education to level up your trading through every single philosophy and everything that we promote every single day that we have done these sessions. We offer a weekend education session, which is a pure Q&A, knuckling down type of environment, essentially a group mentorship session every single weekend as well. We have an alerts channel for both of the models. We don't offer signals, but if you know the model, we call out confluences in case you might be busy at work or doing other things. You can at least see what the bias is, what levels have been swept, and what step of the model we are in. If you want to join us, I really do urge you to level up your trading. If you've been wasting time in trading so far, we've had people come in for 4 weeks and come out a profitable trader. We have people that have been trading for 4 years and have come into TnB and within a matter of weeks have made their first payout. We have had traders who are brand new to trading or really experienced or anywhere in between. I'm sure you've seen my mentees are crushing it. Chris, 191, 2 past 100Ks after not knowing a single thing about trading. He could not even operate his laptop on TradingView, and now he has passed 200Ks. He is in his late 30s and he is crushing it. What's different for you? Look at all of these testimonials on screen of us completely crushing it. These guys are no different to you. Everything you need to know to get involved is in the description. But I hope you have gained an understanding of the strategy. Comment if you're from the TTC below. I'd love to see how many of you guys that are in the Discord are watching this. Peace, love, and unity. That's everything I am going through today. And I'll see you boys in the next one. I know I said that was the last of me, but I want to add one more thing in to the end of this video just to end it off. And it is Chris 191's experience of the trading club and my one-on-one mentorship. So I'm going to roll the full video of him explaining his whole journey, and I'll see you boys in the next one.
Hi, I'm Chris, and since joining the trading club in July 2025, my goal was simple: learn a new skill and become a successful trader. In the beginning, my IT skills were minimal, and I knew I had a steep learning curve ahead of me. That's when I reached out to Berg for his private mentorship, and honestly, it was the best decision that I've made in my journey. Mentorship has been a true turning point for me. I've received unwavering support, not only from Berg, but from a whole community of like-minded traders. Being surrounded by people who genuinely want to see others succeed, something truly rare. Me, I've made friends for life, and watching them grow has just been as rewarding as progressing myself. Now, don't get me wrong, there has been times when I've felt disheartened and things didn't click right away. But locking in and keeping consistent has carried me through. Now, I'm a fully committed trader to the learnings of the tap and barrel strategy. So, if you ask me, the most valuable skills that I've gained are a true understanding of the ins and outs of the TnB strategy, backtesting the model to gain more confidence and experience in then executing live trades, the ability to navigate the market and use different tools and platforms to achieve success, and above all, proper front and back end account management. Today, I'm proud to say that I am a fully funded FTMO 100k trader and currently in phase 2 verification for another 100k FTMO account. My ultimate goal, financial freedom. And for the first time, I can genuinely tell you that I'm on the right track. I hope to use these skills and knowledge that I have gained to support others on their trading journey too. If this is something that you would like to learn more about as a trader or as someone new to trading, reach out to me on Discord at Chris C to learn more about my TnB journey.